Wow, an official Pink Bean Bulletin? Dude, that looked like a title that you made up. Wow, they made an official Duky post? I did not see that one, no. Imagine making a post about poop. Dude, what is some people's lives, man? Some people's lives is being like working at a video game company, putting out press releases for someone whose name is Poopy. Poopy Butt. Like, that is, someone goes to work in the morning and like that's like their job for the day. Like that's like on their list. Literally shit posting. Actual shit posting. Okay, what did I have to say? 15 hours ago. Oh yeah, I was sleeping. I was actually sleeping that time, okay? Because I had to wake up, or I was trying to sleep at least, because I had to wake up to go get a haircut. Look, chat. Wow, look at how Giga Chat Thundercock we are right now. Wow, amazing. Cool. Okay, not a wall of text. Cool. Hi, Maplers. Let's zoom in. Ooh, zoom, more zoom. Go away, yo. I would like to provide some background information and clarity regarding a recent community topic. Wait, is this by the MapleStory team? Ooh, I might know who that was. We've seen many discussions on the ban of the prominent Twitch streamer Duky. Oh, prominent. Hey, there we go. It made it, bros. Prominent. Infamous, some might say. Including why this player may have been banned or questioning the ban's legitimacy. While we typically do not reveal detailed information about bans in order to protect the integrity of our detection methods, we'd like to clear up some confusion about this particular case. Our team thoroughly investigates all reports, but these investigations do not necessarily result in bans, as we will not take action for a report made purely in bad faith, including for cases of mass reporting. Like Rin? This particular ban was applied upon the conclusion of an investigation that was started in response to player reports, and its timing or impact relative to the player's in-game achievements was purely coincidental. Purely coincidental, okay? It's not because he just elaborated, because apparently he just lived and finished cubing it, and then was like, imagine people thinking like, oh yeah, they were just waiting for him to lib so that they could just like cut him at the knees harder or something. It's like they don't have time for that. In this case, the investigation revealed a separate account that was engaged in heavy, ambiguous hacking activity, which was being shared through multiple players. Ooh, the ominous endgame big endgame guilds in MapleStory's problem when there's always fishy, sussy stuff going on. Just to stay in the lead. We manually reviewed our internal logs of the account, which revealed that its primary player was Duky. Ooh. As part of sanctions taken against the players on this account, Duky's main account was also banned. Oh, so multiple people got axed who were all had access to that account. Interesting. Account sharing too. Ooh. Naughty. Ensuring the safety of our players and creating a fair environment for all is the utmost priority for our player support and MapleStory game team. It's important that we enforce the rules to make sure fairness is always at play in order to give value to the achievements of our players. In addition to this, we take all reports of cheating seriously and perform various checks and investigations to verify if player is breaking the terms of use before restricting access to their account. Wait, terms of use. Oh yeah, there's TOU. It's actually not. What do we usually say? Terms and conditions. TAC. I think MapleStory has a TOU, and I think Nexon has a as terms of service, I think. But you have to abide by both. Players are encouraged to review the terms of use if you have any questions about what constitutes a violation, and that there was a violation. You guys know the clip, right? And are encouraged to submit tickets to our player support team if they would like to report a violation. Thank you, MapleStory team. Wow, it's actually more detailed than they usually give. It's probably good to kind of quelch the questions that people were having. Oh, now we have to say. Did you say anything specifically already about the specifics of the post? What, bro? I haven't done anything, bro. What? Oh, is that what he said? Showing the players who gets carries are noobs. No. Well, wait, you heard me say that? Wait, send me a clip, okay? And what is this? Oh, posts. Reboot NA. Dedge. What is all this? Because the second account that my friend let me borrow was apparently involved in some sort of hacking. I had no idea of this. Use the account for the two characters YWLW. Oh yeah, the Wild Hunter and the Beast there. Damn. Okay, so at least admitting to account sharing. All right. Anon 420. Hello, Hamza. Ooh. Doxed. Full name. This account was primarily utilized to log into the character Nico Illuminous. As many as our channel records verify this character is the most utilized character on the account and specifically by you. And the most recent time anybody accessed this character was when you last accessed it. This character is also one engaged in hacking activity, which was significant to the point that we do not believe it could not be noticed by a person accessing it. Yeah. Oh, meaning bullshit. Okay, it seems like that's the comeback. Thank you for contacting this place where I think you are inquiring about a sanction of this account. So security teams. Yeah, that's already in terms of server isolation. Yeah, additionally that. I was going to do heavy big damn. So yeah, it seems like trying to play it off like you're just using it for party buffs, but everyone was using that one character for because apparently it had a totem on it, right? Some kind of lock totem that everyone could use. Bro, how many fucking... This guy. our investigative journalist, all radio is dead. Thank you. Okay. Who's Lexion? GM for MapleStory. Go to the corner of the screen. That's Nico. Literally in his YouTube video. Doesn't know who he is. Caught in 4K. I can't really see the names. The fucking pixels. I'm a rat plus 100 days. Ooh, wait. Oh, maybe he was saying ironically that he was a rat. Yes, the totem usage when the character doesn't have the totem equipped, but does... Wait, but does have the access to the skill with no limited duration? Yes, very legit. Super easy to overlook. Damn, she is savage. I prefer to be tight-lipped about our investigations, but I do not align when players question our team's efficacy or live stream their private ticket communications publicly. 38 gigachats. Maple is up. Ooh, do we have our first timeout of the day? Pause, champ. Oh, we do. Maple up another one. Oh no, DJ Coca-Cola also cruise. Well, you get a 20 month immunity badge. 20-month immunity badge, my dude. Wait, how do I do this again? There we go. That's 10 minutes of cooldown time in a corner, okay? Cool down a little bit. Is based a good or bad thing? At least tell me that. As well as like, I need to know. Am I based? I could care less if I did give it. You mean I couldn't care less? But continuing the conversation on a public platform leaves a bad impression. Yeah, but to be fair, I'm not about to sub to his Twitch for this. Wait, what? Why is Stonks up? Wait, what? I don't get this one. Wait. Dude, who cares what leaves a bad impression? We had like 15 crybabies coming into my chat saying I should feel bad because I put #1 unbanned streamer in my title when Duky himself was like laughing at it. Like, people need to fucking get a life, grow the fuck up, and just move on. Sheesh. Okay. Well then. Well, I think I agree that it's probably okay to share like that part of the information. How you share it, and what professionalism you think is appropriate. It's probably a little bit different. But I agree it's probably okay to share it because it's not like something where it's like, oh no, now we're not going to do that because we know that they can detect that or something. I mean, that's always detectable in that way if you have something like that. And it's blatant enough that everyone who reads about it can see like, oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Duke said his chat to sub only. Is there a difference? Didn't he get like during the subathon like fucking 2,500 gifted subs or something? Actually, I'm surprised I didn't get one. I don't think I got a gifted sub even. Thought you were firing shots at him when I saw the title on your stream. Why? What about that is firing shots? It's just like objective statement. I'm not banned, he is. This is all it is. I don't know why people have to fucking look look into it. It's Dukes. I'm not Duky. I don't know, man. Kind of looks like a Duky alt. I don't know about that, Dukes. The Duker. Dukes Nukums. Wait, hang on. We don't have audio.
My fellow brothers, I, Billy Harrington, stand here today, humbled by the task before us, mindful of the sacrifices borne by our Nico ancestors. We are in the midst of crisis. Nico Doga is at war against a far-reaching storm of disturbance.
This is gonna sprout some memes, huh?
Nico's economy is badly weakened, a consequence of carelessness and irresponsibility on the part of management, but also on the collective failure to make hard choices and prepare for a new mad age.
Interesting. Okay. Good. Thank you. Yes, that was Lexeron, our senior GM reporter on the scene. Another one? Oh god. Are these all safe? Oh, we can't get the audio for this one. Who made this? Mist. 7.2k views 9 hours ago. Oh shit, we gotta get on the drama train, man. That's where all the views are. Fuck, I gotta get some. Guys, subscribe on YouTube, okay? We need to get those subs up. Account sharing is bannable. To be fair, I think the main reason account sharing is against TOS is not because they just want to ban everyone who logs into someone else's account. I'm pretty sure that the main reason is because back in the day there was a lot of problem with people just making accounts together and leveling up characters together, and then at the end one of the two people ended up always scamming the other person, locking them out of the account, and then the other person would flood support with tickets of trying to get the account back. And then support would always have to try to fucking reverse engineer who owned the account first and what IP made it, and then who played the account the most, and then who backstabbed which friend about how much money went into it and who spent the most time. And they were like, we don't want to deal with any of this. So, like, we put it into TOS. Like, shared accounts is not something we do. If you want to do it, that's at your own risk, but we're not going to, try to fight for you and try to figure out who made the account, and all of that, and figure out that in accounts. Like, if you let someone else on your account and something happens from that, like, that's your problem kind of thing. It's a different thing when you use an account and then that account is solely made for people to pass around, right? Or that account has stuff on it that is not supposed to be on there, and then people abuse that on their accounts to make progress. part of that is account sharing, but I don't think you should be focusing too much on the account sharing part, because technically, you log into a friend's account like for 2 days when they're on vacation to get them like a login. That's technically also account sharing, but no one in their right mind is going to be like, oh yeah, bannable offense. Like both of them should be like permaban, right? That's like, I feel like that's more a minor part here, but more if the account's purpose is to be shared around by everyone, that's a little weird. But the overarching factor. Oh wait, you guys can hear this in my video.
Benny for like a month or something. Benny, like, why? Like, they really assumed. Oh my god, bro. This just also proves that Nexon doesn't play their own damn game, bro. They assume that just because I probably have the most hours on that account, that that I know literally every single thing about that account. What? Like, I didn't do anything. And also, just so for everybody's listening, also, because I know people are going to slander me so hard.
It is possible that he has the most hours and that he's just like AFK on a laptop on the Beast Tamer or the Bishop, because I have that with my second account. Like, I have more hours almost in that account than in my main account, because I leave the laptop on even when I log out my main computer. So if you look at the hours, if they would only look at the hours in the account, that could be true. But I'm pretty sure they mentioned specifically that they look at the hours on a specific character, and that character is able to have the skill of summoning the totem, first of all, without equipping a totem. Second of all, when totems should have already expired. And someone... If those two things are true, then this is really bad for him, because he would 100% know that totems would have been gone.
If they said I was a hacker, they would have said I was a hacker. They would have said that. What is this? This literally is not true. Look at this. Look at this. They replied. Our records indicate that this account was primarily utilized to log into the character Nico Illuminus as recently as February 2023. Our initial records verified that this character is the most utilized character on the account.
Look at that name drop.
What? And the most recent time anybody accessed this character was when you last accessed it? I mean, I get that. Like, yeah, I use it to buff myself. This character is also one engaged in hacking activity, which is significant to the point that
Did he just say he used the Luminous to buff himself?
anybody accesses this character account, and specifically by you. What? And the most recent time anybody accessed this character was when you last accessed it? I mean, I get that. Like, yeah, I use it to buff myself.
Wait, is there some Lumi buff meta I'm behind on? Oh, shit, man. Is this the way I have to find out the Lumi buff meta? Damn, I need to make a Lumi on my second account. God damn it.
This character is also one
magic attack, right?
Which is significant to the point that we do not believe it could not be noticed by a person accessing it. Bro, I have never logged into that character before. What? I don't even... Bro, I didn't even know there was like a Lumi Nico on this character.
Yeah, and then the idea behind it is that...
Hold on. Dude, like what is this? This random Lumi's doing like dailies or something every few days. Like, I don't even know what the, like, I've never even like seen this.
Wait, looking up a rank isn't incriminating himself though. That's a little weird. I don't think this shows anything if he's just looking up the rankings.
He's like, I don't even know what the, like, I've never even like seen this.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. That's Switch up was sub only. Yeah, okay, well that's to be expected, right? First of all, it's no skin off his back because he still has like 3,000 gifted subs out there. And second of all, people who are not subbed are just going to be flinging shit that, whether he's right or wrong, you wouldn't want to deal with. So that in itself doesn't say anything either. How hard is it to play legit? You'd think it's easy, but it is only easy if you don't let a game, any game, and MapleStory here specifically, get to you on a certain level. Because I will play the game a certain way and talk about, games and playing in a certain way, and then people will accuse me of caring too much because it's just a game, because I care about how you reach things. But the real thing is, I think that people who play the game that way care too much about the game, because in the end, like, I am trying to just have a good time. If I were to, if something were to happen to MapleStory and it would shut down, or let's say there's like a big reset and tomorrow everyone loses all their progress and has to start completely over, I'm totally okay. I don't have I don't have that much emotional connection or whatever with like everything that I already have. If I had to choose between losing it and not, I'd prefer not to, of course. But if everything were to go, I'd be okay with that. Like, I can get over that. But some of these people, I don't think the distinction is either you care or you don't care, or you care too much or too little. I think it's you care about different things. So I tend to care about how I get somewhere, and it seems to be that there's like a big discrepancy between either caring how you get somewhere or caring where you get. And once you make that switch from how you get there to how far you get and like where you get, and once that becomes the ultimate goal, at that point a whole bunch of stuff is just free reign, and a whole bunch of stuff is okay to go. And you will distinctly see this in people who play an endgame, that you're just being, the people you're competing with are insane, and the only way you're able to compete with these people is by cutting as many corners as possible and kind of being in an in crowd of people who are doing the same thing and who are okay with the same things and who won't like tell on you and stuff like that. And you could almost equate this to like world-class level sports in that sense. Not that it's, athletic in any way, but it's like the fucking Tour de France shit. Everyone's like on fucking gear, right? And like Lance Armstrong was on gear, and like everyone's on fucking gear. And you can be that one guy who's like, I'm not going to be on gear. How hard is it to not be on gear? Well, you can be not on gear and you will lose literally everything because you're competing against people who are all on gear, right? But once like everyone's on gear, the standard of what is like normal, that just goes up. And now that's just the new baseline. And now the only way to get ahead of people is by cutting even more corners and doing a little bit more. And I think it's apparently, for me, it's not at all, but apparently for people who game in a certain way, it's easy to get swept up in that. And after a while, kind of just like lose sight on what's going on. And then, whether you then acknowledge it and be like, I can kind of be okay with people who acknowledge it and being like, because who was that who was that guy who was like always botting in Reboot and everyone fucking knew it? And then when he got banned, he was like, yeah, I was botting, I don't give a shit. And then just starts again and then bots again and gets banned again. And like but I mean, I'm not condoning like the behavior, but at least on the end, he's like, well, yeah, I fucking did it, but it's because I don't really give a shit. I just want to get strong quickly. And if I get caught, I got caught. Like, that's just the price of doing business. Song? No, I don't mean song. Good guess. Ryan Reboot MS. Yeah, I think it was Ryan, yeah? Because I'm pretty sure that when he was, if he got caught botting, he was like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I did that. And then he just did some other stuff and then came back and did other stuff again. He would be, you would like own up to that because on a certain level, he didn't care. He cared about the results, but he was also aware of the dangerous game that he was playing and the downsides, right? But having your cake and eating it too, kind of thing. Yeah, that's a rough. That's gonna be a rough situation. Oh wait, bro. Sorry, I didn't even read the giant message on my screen the whole time. Preparing your account is hard as fuck, and people aren't hateful because they're jealous. Real shit. Wow, way too good. Way too good used to be in my chat quite a bit. Maybe got too many too many Top G videos in the last year or so. Yeah, this second part of the sentence, that's a really common mistake for people to fall into, because we've had people in the chat before who would be like just blatantly like assholes and then disagree with things I say, and then you guys know me. I always try to conversation with everyone in chat, but some people are just not. You just can't communicate with them, right? Because they're not even they're not trying to have a conversation. So then you ban them, and then people say like, "Oh, you ban people because they disagree with you." It's like, well, I would see how you would think that if you would just use your small brain, but if you use like your full capacity and some of your wrinkles, you would see that there's like 4 different situations, right? You could agree with me and be an asshole. You could agree with me and not be an asshole. You could disagree with me and not be an asshole. You can agree with me and be an asshole, right? Are those the 4? Whatever. You can agree or disagree. You can be an asshole and not be an asshole. And I will ban people who are disagreeing and an asshole. That's true, and you can think that's because of the disagreeing part, but then you'd be wrong, because I would also ban people who agree with me and are assholes, because it's actually the asshole part that gets you banned, not the disagreeing part. So this is very good as a self-defense mechanism, because now you can just say, well, anyone who disagrees or anyone who thinks that you should be banned is just someone who is hateful and jealous and all of that stuff. So now you immediately already have a defense against someone who says anything negative, and now you don't even have to consider their arguments. You don't even have to consider the conversation, and you already won. They just say that one trigger word, and you're like, oh, that's just because you're jealous. And I mean, it's foolproof. It's a really good way of making sure that you don't have to deal with any arguments. It's genius, you know. It's good. It's self-preservation. Angels are DMing me to check the Nico picture that Hamza is with. Yeah, the other thing is, like, you don't have to, like, go into his chat and, like, message the people that are still in the chat and chatting that you think are delusional or that you think are, like, again, like, the people who come into my chat and who are, like, saying things about how I am supposedly treating Hamza in this when Hamza is, like, okay with everything, and then, like, don't go like another level lower than that and be like one of the people who is like attacking the defenders of the attacker of the defenders of the defenders of the attacker. It's like, bro, just just chill and just go outside, get some fresh air, you know, run 5K. Same advice as for the other people, okay? Just take the 2 palms of your hand, right? Fucking push off against the side of your desk, you know, roll back that computer chair 180, all right? Don't 360, because then you're at your computer again. 180, you know, put on some different put on actual shoes, okay? Put on a jacket and just go for a walk, okay? Get some fresh air in those nostrils. Touch grass. Depending on where you are, you might not have grass. That might be ableist, okay? I don't know. People have computers everywhere, including where there isn't grass. So, no ableism in this chat, okay? Touch some snow. Yeah, touch some fucking Sahara sand. Just touch whatever's on the ground. Unless you live in a populated area with 2 dog owners, or if you have a dog and you don't pick up the dog's poop, things should happen to you that I can't say on live broadcast. But if you can't take care of a dog, then fucking don't get one. I hate many things. Okay, but we're getting off topic now. But don't like go witch hunt the people who are. Yeah, people are going to support them, and this goes back for a very large part. Goes directly back to what happened with the Zong situation. It was kind of similar, kind of different, but the results and how people act and how I talked about it then, again, it's very similar now. Is that people are very bad at acknowledging that that the person that they think is a good person can do a bad thing, or that a bad person can do a good thing, right? You see a person that you think is good, that you think is funny, you think is entertaining, whatever, and they did something that is bad, and now you're like, well, there's only 2 options, okay? Either if I still, well, there's a few options. We can make like a decision tree on this, or like a fucking flow chart on this. But it's like, option 1 is, okay, I still want to like this person. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, either the thing they did isn't bad, or they didn't do the thing at all, and that's it, right? Because I want to keep liking the person. So either they didn't do it, or they did do it, but I don't like the thing at all, or the thing isn't even bad. I don't think the thing is bad. So boom, one of those two, cool. Or you see like, well, the thing is actually really bad. So either now you also have two options. So I have to believe that they didn't do it, or I believe that they did do it and it's really bad. Well, now they're a bad person, so now I can't like them anymore. And these seem to be like the only options. You could also, of course, when you do it a few times, you start losing up some of your extra backup cards. Or you could say I've already gifted 100 subs and I'm in deep now. But you can also, people can also have flaws. I think what happens for most people, I believe. When it comes to like hacking and botting and all that stuff, I believe most people within MapleStory community, or a lot of people in MapleStory community, especially the bulk of the people who like watch streams, are very engaged in all of this drama and who just want to see content and are like actively going against certain people and for other people. I think most of these people don't give a shit about hacking or botting at all. They could be grandstanding now, but I'm pretty sure if person that they like gets caught like 20 times, every single time they would say like, oh, the bans were unjustified, they didn't even do it. And if it was undeniably proven that they did it, the next argument would immediately be, okay, but it's not even that bad and it shouldn't be bannable. So the first argument doesn't even hold up. And again, I don't think that makes you a bad person. I think that makes you some kind of person. I'd rather not have you in my video game and share a game with you. But these people exist, so that's your reality you have to deal with. So I wish that a lot of these people would just be realistic and just be fair with themselves and be like, yeah, okay, kind of see that's pretty fucked up, so you probably deserve that ban, but let's move on. Like, what was the productive thing we can do next, instead of like this Twitch DM, Discord DM fighting back and forth and like, oh, you like X person, that person is bad. Oh no, they're not bad because everything they did was good and it's not even a bad thing. It's like, these are such unproductive uses of time and conversation, and man, it's like, dude, chill out. Let's just all just chill. All right. It is being fueled though, like Duke is kind of fueling it, with like denying everything. But in the end, there's obviously only so much you can do as well, right? But yeah, we'll see what it does in the next few days. See how he moves on forward. Maybe full of grown-ass men acting like 12-year-olds. Back in the day when I played, and I was like 17, 18, 19, one of the many, like, people would actually ESL each other, with ASL, sorry, not ESL. That's English second language. I was like, where's this going? ASL, like age, sex, language, location, sorry, not language. Although those are connected. And a lot of times it was said I was 19. People were like, oh my God, you're 19 and you play video games. You have no life. To be fair, so I'm turning 35 this year. So that is, let me do my maths here. That's 16 years ago. And I thought like, wow, these people are just, either immature or really young, or a combination of the two, to make that kind of, decision. But what I realize now is that I just assumed those people were like 14 or 15 and pretty immature. But a lot of those people were actually like 8, 9, or 10 years old, or sometimes even like 7 or 6. Which makes more sense. And I kind of got spared of being on the internet at that age, because the internet just didn't exist, like fucking like a Hotmail, AOL, all of that stuff. All that came much, much later. So I was going to save the being on that level and having all of those impulses like in my brain, and a constant needing to connect with everyone and all of that stuff. So like, if you wanted to connect to someone, you had to call their house phone, and then their parents would pick up, and then you'd have to ask to be directed, and there was always be like a second person listening on the phone, so you couldn't even speak. You had to go over to someone's house to go play, that kind of stuff, and you would play outside. Thank you, Akias, for the raid. What's up, dude? Hope you had a great stream. And how the hell did we get to this part of the story? Now I'm completely losing my train of thought here. On the internet, people. Oh yeah, 12-year-olds. Yeah, so I was assuming that it's just with age. In like 10 to 15 years, all of these people are kind of going to realize like, oh, the things we did back then were all kind of silly. I think I talked about this yesterday on stream as well. And they're just going to be able to like take a step back and kind of, let things go and just not take things that seriously. But then you see Twitter, which is like 40 and 50-year-olds basically still doing that. And you're like, oh, it's not just a thing you grow out of. Some people never have it. Most people, I think, grow out of it, but some people just never do. It's like their life. Like that's just who they are with everything all the time. It's like, ooh. That's so, do litmus. You have a litmus test, right? And yesterday and today again a little bit. The title is a little bit of a litmus test, just to see how much of a snowflake people are. And we kind of joked about like it's the thing with vegans, It's like just throw them a bone. You could do that to a vegan, and you just see how a person responds to that. And that says a lot about. It could say something about like in the moment, if they're like on edge or something, but you'd have to be a certain type of person to really overreact immediately and be like, "Rrr," and it's like, okay, well that, there's a lot of people out there on the planet. You can't be friends with everyone. And if someone shows you their true colors, then listen to them, see them. Okay. All right. Cool. So, good people can do bad things. Bad people can do good things. And some people are about that bag and about the gains. And it seems that if you're trying to compete with the best of the best, the only way you can do that is by cutting corners. And if you care about people who do that, then feel free to care. And if you don't care about that, feel free to not care about that. But you're going to have to agree to disagree on a bunch of things. And sometimes, and think in these situations, I think agree to disagree gets thrown out there a lot when that's not, you can't just say that to hope to run away from a discussion. But I think in this situation, a lot of it, what it comes down to is you think a person did a bad thing and you think that's bad. And then you'd be like, okay, well, I agree that if I agree that it was a bad thing, I agree with you, but I don't think it was a bad thing. And that's like how far the conversation can go. And that's the closest you can get there. And then at that point, you walk away, right? Don't go DMing people about, oh, you're still chatting in that guy's chat. That makes you this person. And the other person comes here and sees people in my chat and be like, oh, you're still talking to that person. Meanwhile, Duky and I are kind of like, we just agree to disagree on that stuff. But, I don't think it's like a bad dude or anything. Just, I wouldn't do the same things that he does, and he wouldn't do the same things that I do. But you have like armies of people like trying to fucking one up each other. It's like, let's chill, boys. Did you just add it twice first time? Yeah, I'll click it in a bit. Did you just pay double? Don't do that. You're giving me more work. I'm doing a YouTube video right now. You dumbass. We're trying to cash in on the fucking drama views. Why are you spamming my chat with the same emote request? You're giving me extra work. 5 ads reminded you to sub. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for all the follows as well. I saw some new follows. What's up? I'm on YouTube. Yeah. Look, YouTube, you want to be in one of my videos in the chat? Look at there. On the top left, that could be you. All right. What are you doing right now? Watching this. When it's already cooled down. You're just late. You're 2000 and late right now on the YouTube video. You could be 2000 and now, or well, in the past when this was. You get it. If you're on twitch.tv/Scardor, okay? I stream there every day. You hang out over there. You weirdos. Look, now you have people waving at you from the past that have already been there. Actually, a lot of this is going to be you again, watching it, trying to find yourself in the chat. So, wave to yourself when you watch the video right now, chat. We know you're going to be some of the people who watch it, There you go. Peepo Hayes. Feels late, man. There you go. All right, let me read some of the chat messages. Go touch some asphalt. I think that's a little bit aggressive. That's like trying to get someone to wipe out on a skateboard. They might actually hurt themselves. Touch the polluted landscape if you're in Ohio. Oh shit, true. That's not good. People don't pick up their dog poop should be banned. Yes, from existing inside civilized society while still doing that. Should be rehabilitated. Okay, rehabilitation is the goal. So you just pick up the poop with a glove and just throw it at them. Based. So it's funny how people react, or how people are able to react of everything and have their opinion about it, and need to let the whole world know that opinion. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like pinging, right? When you're like responding in a certain way, but you're kind of looking over your shoulder to see like, are you guys seeing what I'm doing here? This is like, you guys agree, right? That it feels like some of the behavior is done to signal to other people around you, like this is what we stand for, what we should be standing for, that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, people want to be in groups, want to belong, especially when it comes to like communities on Twitch. It's even more tight knit, right? You're in the same chat daily, hours on end. It's that part I think is more reasonable or understandable, at least. Yeah. Touch earth, capital punishment, don't touch asphalt this summer. In some places, the asphalt can start melting, yeah. What would you say is your number one tip to remain not banned? Just don't break the TOS. That's probably my number one tip. Is Zong zero by default? Yes. Have you all seen the white dog poop? If not, you probably live in a privileged area. White dog poop? I do not know what that is. Zong took it on the chin like a man he claimed his wrong. Well, he did, and then he deleted his video where he did. I kind of understand, though. You don't want that to be out there permanently, but I don't know. I would probably leave it out there permanently, but I also wouldn't do it. I don't know. It's hard to say what I would do in that situation because it's just not me. It's just not my style. If you want a dog enough, you can deal with the poop. Exactly. Well, my mom was actually talking about it with walking the dog with my sister, and she's like, you want to, since we're on the topic of dog poop, like, you want to pick up the dog poop, but like the first poop is like easy to pick up. The second one gets like a little runny, and then the third one is just like fucking liquid. It's like, how do you pick this up? It's like fucking impossible. I get that. Okay, that's hard to do, but at least like have it be in the grass, like if you. Or like in like a doggy park thing, like where it's supposed to happen, right? Not just on the middle of the sidewalk, bro. Just don't hack your account. This question, bro. I mean, that probably was your dad's memory. Duke already gone from Maple community. Let's just move on instead of bashing him like secretaries to get nothing out of being toxic. Well, I think if you listen to anything I was saying, I hope that you heard that I literally did not say anything toxic. If you heard anything toxic, I think it's a good idea to try to wait like 2 or 3 days and just listen to it again and just try to hear what I'm saying. Because if you hear anything I just said is toxic, I think your brain is a little poisoned. Toxic, maybe. Also, it's not gone from Maple community. Still, when he was streaming, arguably for a while the biggest streamer within the community. So he can very easily return and get a whole bunch of viewers. I would say he's gone from the community because he streamed in a different section for 2 days. Like, that's not how that works, right? Meta concept applies to me. I'm relatively new and enjoyed some of his educational YouTube videos. Yeah, I thought he was generally innocent and kept listening to his excuses until GM started dropping the evidence. I think it's okay to give people the evidence of the benefit of the doubt for sure, but there is one of the big important questions you should always have in any situation with any fact is you should be able to answer this one simple question, okay? What kind of evidence would I require to change my mind on this, to admit that the truth is something else? You should always have some kind of answer to that question, because if you don't, you're ideologically dug in, and at that point, you don't even... the only admittance there could be that you probably are already wrong, and were already proven wrong, but you didn't even see it or want to see it, right? Should always be something that proves to you that something that you know is wrong, right? What a great time to be back. Oh, the pocket emote. Nice. Hey, when the servers be open again? It was supposed to be a 9-hour... Oh my god, 3.5 more hours, I think. Like Duky's person, if he did actually hack on the account, that was a big mistake, but I believe that's something that he can learn from and move past. Yeah, but the other question, TV Dawn, is like this is the second time he's got like a big account that he got banned on for breaking the rules. How many times? Like, and it's still to say that he could still be like a good person, but what is the amount of times that you like break the rules in some kind of way, get your account perma-banned, and also the other people probably who accessed that account, I don't know who did the thing, right? But other people on that account also, as a kind of like domino effect. At what point do you still think that's something that someone can learn from and redeemable, as in not doing that anymore, or as in finding another way and hoping to get away with it the third time, right? That's kind of more the question, I think. And then when it comes down to that, is the next argument going to be, well, it was all not that big of a deal anyway, right? Like the kind of the runaway, moving the goalpost kind of thing. Heard so many smegas linking you to Duky yesterday. They were saying you're next or some BS is... Oh, I don't know. I didn't read any of the smegas. But yeah, no clue. Well, I mean, I did have like a similar title to today. I've embellished it a little bit more to make it less subtle, make it more obvious that it's a joke, because a lot of people have no sense of humor apparently. Except for Duky, who said it was all good jokes and who liked it and was apparently saying that he told everyone not to be douche about it. But a bunch of people had a whole lot of sand in their vaginas, saying stuff like I like backstabbed him even though we did a podcast or something, which was like, I don't even know what. Yeah, but like people said, like a bunch of people acting like 12-year-olds. It's about middle school level, I would say. Middle school level, yeah. When it's middle school, we don't have that over here. Is it like 11 to 14 or something? 12 to 14? How long is middle school? Who knows? Who knows these things? I'll catch up to that answer in about 5 minutes. I'm just trying to blow through these messages, see if there's... so is Excel investigator or wherever their guild was? I'm assuming... from what they said, whenever there's reports, they'll look into it. And if it's just like blatant... misfirings and blatant just people trying to mass report someone just to get someone into trouble, they'll make sure that that gets dealt with accordingly, because fake reporting people is also against the TOS, because you're wasting time and resources, right, from the people who do the ban checking. Excel getting investigated. Yeah. If it is connected within Excel, I think we would have heard if there were a lot of other people in Excel like using the same account and doing the same thing. Because, I mean, if that happens on an account and only one person can access that account at a time, right? So I assume that's not the thing, or at least not on a big scale, because if like 3 or 4 or 5 other big Excel people all got banned as well, that we probably would have already heard about that yesterday, I imagine. If we're going, also fueling it with the #1 non-ban. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a banter, a little bit of banter, mate. Thoughts on Kali? I think looks flashy, looks interesting, but it's probably going to be reasonably difficult to play it that way, because you have to talk about resets, building the car properly, cooldown hats, all that stuff. I believe cooldown hats. Chance to cooldown inner ability. So that can make certain situations look insane as well, but maybe not realistic and not reproducible necessarily. So if you add it to your class ratings Excel sheet, no. And everything on there is completely outdated. One of the things I want to do and I need to plan is basically just going over all the characters in the game again. New project for new bosses, new training, and just getting back on all the characters. I haven't even played half the classes since Destiny that are not like my quote-unquote main strongest characters and boss mules and stuff. Let alone, I only played one of the Cygnus Knights since Ignition, so I just need to get back in there, back in the trenches, go back in width in my account instead of in depth. Since the DA is 275 now and is liberating, I feel like I have a few months at least where I don't need to specifically push on any one character, so I can go more in width in my entire account and figure out my next move. I think I probably what I want to do now is see if I can do like Project CPAP, see if I can solo CPAP on all the classes. And then from there, Of course, the further I go, the harder it's going to get to give every class a fair shake, because I'm going to have some classes already way higher level, so it's going to be easier on there. So I'll probably now have to find some kind of ways to gimp them to make it a little bit more fair, a little bit more realistic. But I think I want to do like Project CPAP, and from then on, train them all to level 220, I think. And then at level 220, try to do probably either like Lotus, Damien, or Helix, and then like every 5 levels, like 220, do 1, 225, 1, 231, and at 230, basically be able to do everything Lotus, Damien, Helix, and below, something like that. And then once I get more push on that, I'll have better reference frame to put the data in the class sheet, and by then Kali is going to be out most likely. 35 in gaming. If you're happy doing it, keep doing it. Yeah, for sure. Fucker 35. Well, not yet. Okay, I'm 34 and a half, but you know, well, actually over a half, but 35 soon. The one thing I started doing once you reach 30 is you just add 1 to your age already, so you can mentally prepare for your birthday already, so that when your birthday comes, it doesn't just like weigh you down as much. Okay, it's a pro tip for you guys once you start feeling old. Sorry to happens. My first impression, it was like, these dudes look kind of old. Yeah, no, I'm not 25. I'm 35. Duky's like closer to 25, isn't he? I feel like Duky's way younger, but he's beard makes you look a lot older. If I would full shave, I'd probably look younger than Duky, probably. But he's, you know, baby chin, that kind of stuff. Okay, says hi, yeah, do. Mic check. Oh, mic audio's good. Okay. Isn't the actual 13-year-olds into some other things already? Yeah, XQC. Who's the other guy? Dante's. Add this emote. Okay, this better be a good ass emote. Keep yourself based. All right. I feel like Roblox is what 13-year-olds were into 3 to 5 years ago. Man, I feel like, yeah, what is the oldest Roblox player doing it? I don't know. I feel like once you get into what would be here high school, so like the year you turn 12, or like the year you turn 13, if you're still playing Roblox then, you're going to stop doing that real quick, I think. How's dumpster fire? A-okay. Okay, another request. I'll have to remove that one. Yo, thanks for the sub. Opinku?
Do you plan on making shorter videos with more editing and stuff for Smooth Brain?
Yes. Well, in general, we're trying to put more shorts up. I put one up yesterday about my mom in old MapleStory. Hilarious. Go watch it right now. Give me views. So I want to do those things. But in general, guides as well, yeah. The thing with guides is I always try to make them holistic so that it picks a little bit of all of the other pieces in the game that are connected with it for it to make sense to you. But the more I make those things make sense in that moment and within that guide, the longer the guides get. I will try to in the future, because that puts pressure on me as well. We'll try to make the guide shorter and then just link specifically to like, and this is where this other guide about this other topic is like, you know, connects and is very important, and then just leave it at that and then go on with a point. And that'll also make me have to make that other guide because I'm linking to it, right? So you have to have like a base that you can use as like this the spine, and then have all the other ones that kind of are connected to it so that you can build like the whole skeleton and the whole backbone and the whole fucking body of MapleStory guides, I guess. But yes, actually, because I did saw a video from Ereklo about bossing mules a week ago, and I did feel like there were some things there that I could definitely add to that subject, and by the views I could tell that it is a subject that a lot of people are looking for information on, so I think there's definitely something there to gain. Yeah, I want to say hi to Bird and Quinn and Latin Story. Well, there you go, you did it. Regardless of cheating, how do you feel about the content he provided, bossing, burst guides, progression, etc.? I already do so much with Maple. If I have any free time that I'm not playing Maple, I'm trying to make content for Maple, or I'm trying to sleep, or have any kind of a social life or do some sports, I don't watch any MapleStory content myself. Like, I very, very rarely see any videos. If I do, I watch them on stream, like the regular video, but I watch very little. That's also just kind of me. I know there's a huge market for people just responding and reacting to other people's content. In general, I just don't like doing that at all, because the other people put in all the effort to make the content, and I feel like it's too little effort to just, like with this video, I could have just looked at it and be like, wow. But I feel like I have to go into a lot of points to make it worth reacting to something someone else made, because it just feels so cheap to just do a little bit of a voiceover and have someone else do all the work, and then you reap like a bunch of the benefits. I don't like that in general. But on the other hand, also, like, for me, Maple and streaming for MapleStory isn't that much about MapleStory, but it's more about like connecting with people, community, trying to help people figure out their goals and how to go from point A to B, and not so much MapleStory itself, if that makes sense. It's more just like the tool to get people in the door, you know? People for financial security since you started running ads on stream. Well, ads have been on stream for a long time, but I think what you're referring to is the partner ads incentive. Yeah, that's definitely increased the monthly income by a lot. But there's good months and bad months, and like yesterday and today were real. And today, February and last month, excuse me, and this month have been like very bad for ad income. So that's a huge punch. So that's why we're trying to, keep expanding and stuff. First you're toxic and now you're gaslighting us about it. I never said that. What are you talking about? I think it would look sus if you see a Lumi toteming now. Well, if you see anyone toteming now, it'd be pretty sus, since they should have been all hard removed on December 31st of 2022. He said it was done with the community. Could come back, I guess. I think most of the community who would also be active on Discord, who would also watch streams and stuff like that, and also be on Discord and all of that, I think most of them, if not a majority, but like a very large plurality, close to a majority, doesn't really give that much of a fuck about like the integrity of gaming and about MapleStory and stuff like that, and would always like welcome him being there, being like kind of the like the hateable bad guy, the bad boy of Maple kind of. There's always a place for someone like that, and in the sense you can make a whole bunch of content off of people just hating on you and just laughing at those people. You could always just like Uno reverse card it. Maple addiction too strong. Fresh progression number 3. Surely the third time it will be fine, right? I mean, some people do eventually learn, but the problem is, do you want to learn? Like, can you learn? That's one thing, but do you want to? Because if you play the game in a certain way, like we talk about baselines a lot, right, Celpex? About like, what do you see as your baseline? If you've ever had your baseline up here, like with totems all the time, full coupons, like starting all the way back up in like a completely different way, it just feels like you're trying to play it on super hard mode, like you're wearing a weighted vest, right? You're going like full old school Dragon Ball kind of stuff. I believe the megas were about Sacrix, not Scardor. Yeah, I heard some people were going in on Sacrix. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything specifically that he was saying, but I know that Matt was like very critical as well through the first ban and everything. Yeah. I don't know. Like, everyone is, I think, entitled to responding to that in the way that they see fit, especially concerning the evidence at this point. If they have to make a whole bulletin about it, I think that would say that they feel very strongly like they have enough proof to do so. Otherwise, they would just kind of stay silent. Maintenance day, best day, dopamine detox. Finally, we do a fresh account progression for real. Would I, if I needed to, like if there was some kind of situation that I couldn't really go around, sure. Not actively, no, because I would really have to value the YouTube content or stuff like that would come from it, or have like a very strict kind of product with it, or feel like there is nothing really much to do on my main account other than just keeping up. I still feel like there's a bunch of progress I can make on my main account, and every hour that you spend on another account for like a YouTube series, you'd have to really want that to be a thing, because that is an hour that you can never spend on anything else, right? You can never spend it on your main account at the same time. So that's just progress that you lose. It's just about balancing that out. Have to really like dedicate to a project like that. For me, was there irrefutable evidence that he had something big to benefit from hacking this by putting in countless hours into account progression all on stream, having control of that Lumi with unlimited tone can influence progression a lot. Of course, yeah. So it was nail in the coffin for me. I see. When it's over, I feel about MapleStory content. Ban from chat, ban your whole account with Twitch. Yeah, it's also I wonder how much Nexon could like push, because I think, I don't know for sure, but if you maybe not if you're, maybe only if you're directly hacking, but if you're streaming yourself doing something, if you be streaming yourself doing something and it's breaking the TOS of the game, couldn't the game dev technically come after you to get you banned off Twitch too? But then that would only be temporary. But that would have to be very severe, I think. I don't think that's like that wouldn't be part of this. I don't think he's in danger for anything like that. Except if people were like streaming like private servers, right? Because then you're just directly blowing up their IP. I feel like MapleStory content at the moment, regardless of Duky's action. I feel like we do need to spice things up a little bit. Like, I'm totally on board with 100% of people are like, they tune into the stream, they're like, yeah, pretty informational, I guess, but it's like always the same dailies, always the same weeklies. Like, after a while, there's nothing really new to see. I get that. So there's definitely some diversification that can happen, and you know, different people. That's why different people are always up and coming as streamers. You always see new people pop up because new people just have, you know, different perspectives. But after a while, it's difficult to keep like innovating. That's why I always thought when I started that I was always hoping to find someone to like kind of build up like a duo thing with. Because I always feel like 1 + 1 = 3 in terms of like vibing off of each other and getting extra energy off of someone else also being there. You know, you see like a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of time like at least two people just like bantering and stuff like that. There's something about that dynamic. Doing all of it like completely on your own, it does let you into like these content deserts where you kind of just like, fuck, like I don't know what to do, and they kind of just gotta keep on keeping on, you know. Demonstrated with this. Yeah, but that's what I was talking about as well. You can try to be very successful as a streamer and then not give a shit about like the vessel that you're using to do that. That could definitely be, and to some extent, that could be like a huge benefit to you as a streamer there, not as like MapleStory streamer, but just like the streamer part of that. Does Lumi get a higher mobbing score now? Yeah, apparently Lumis have this blue skill, which allows them to get more spawn. We thought that Kana was the only one and then it died with Kishin being changed. Yeah. Says personally, I think there's something to learn from the content you produce because they generate a lot of engagement. I think so. I'm pretty sure like the YouTube subscriber level stuff I think went up decently. Should do contributing to toxicity and immaturity Scardor is talking about. Yeah, but if you have like enough people that are okay with the level of maturity that they have, you know, telling them that they're immature isn't really going to make you popular. If you want to capitalize on them existing, be just on their level of immaturity and join them. And just, you know, ring them out for cash if you want to do that, right? You can do that. There's no like law against that or anything, right? This is why there's like casinos and stuff that happens. Like gambling is bad. Everyone will say yes to that, but a lot of people still want to gamble. So set up a casino for them and get rich in your sleep, right? Should get a video on how to not get banned. Well, okay, so you have like a group of people who saying like it's too toxic to put like #1 non-banned streamer in my chat, and then you have people like put out a guide video on how to not get banned. Okay, that would be pretty toxic at this point. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. That's pretty shitty. But like putting like a little meme, a little bit of banter in my title, that should be okay, right? I feel like that's crossing that line, no? It's like 22. Yeah, I thought it was like early 20s, right? Waiting for a game come up. Yeah. Any more messages for me? When are we feeling old? Sometimes I feel 80. Oh, dude, when you wake up and there's just like your back just is not cooperating, and you're like, oh well, I guess I'm I'm a senior citizen now. Yeah. Oh yeah, we already answered Opinku. Thank you for the prime, by the way. Typed it like an hour ago. No, maybe. Okay. Nobody added me, so no important questions. Cool. How about reacting to your own old content? We've done that sometimes a little bit. The problem is that a lot of that content has like copyrighted music in it, so you have to like mute it or edit it a lot, or listen or watch it while it's muted, which gives it a whole different dimension. So it's difficult to do because when you talk about old content, it's not from like 2-3 years ago. My old MapleStory content is from like 13 years ago, which was a completely different. The internet was very different. Okay. You'd be a good React streamer. I mean, for the right content, I probably could, but I would take a long time. I would take a long time. Like, if you give me like a 15-minute video that has a lot of information in it, I probably could fill like 45-minute plus just talking about it. I'd never like react to a 15-minute video with like an 18-minute video encapsulating the whole video. At that point, I'll probably feel like it didn't really add much, and that's not worthy of putting out there, you know? Because, you know, there's definitely a big argument there to say about like quantity versus quality, but I'll always try to. I will say for Twitch streams, it's very easy to go to err on the side of quantity just by like being there because your discovery is all otherwise very bad. But for YouTube, because that's there forever, you know, cured content, edited, versus just Twitch being more fleeting, being there one time and then kind of being gone. Nobody really watches VODs, right, on Twitch, not that much. I feel like the quality should be way higher for YouTube, but the quantity should probably be higher for Twitch, that kind of thing. I think it still gets called out to this day. Yeah, well, I mean, some people will never forget, and some people will never forgive. Yeah. Doo-da. If you came back for a third time, you would greatly benefit from it. Well, that's the first thing I said. If you like, just purely hypothetically, let's say that you were playing Maple for a very long time, okay, and you just, you know, like liberated your weapon. You were kind of like falling into a content lull, and you were like, I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of done with Maple. I want to play either another game or do something else. You know, getting banned in like a controversial way that people won't see as that big of a deal to stir up a bunch of controversy around your name could be a very good way of having people talk about you, increasing your reach, and possibly launching something new that you're doing, right? Purely hypothetically, that could be a good thing. It could be a smart thing to do. Talked about it a lot yesterday. There were a lot of just chatting streamers who would do something knowingly that would catch them like a 3-day to a week ban, that it would also know that other people would think would be shitty reason for a ban, just so they could get their name on social media and everything, and like in the Scardor articles and whatever the fuck. And then they would come back to like way bigger audiences and everything because everyone would be talking about them for a week. Now, whether or not you can... Oh, did I click this? Yeah. Wait, Coon said lawsuit. Oh my god. Cringe. Come on, dude. You can't say a lawsuit. It's fucking MapleStory, man. How about react to old content? Yeah. Wait, I already answered to that. Where would you place DA? What is that? Is that like a tier list? Oh boy. Where to place DA? What are the names? Tend, very mechanically intensive, requires near perfect timing, key presses, and lots of practice. I don't know. For mobbing, it's in... Well, so the first question is, what stage of the game is this for? Is this for mobbing? Is it for bossing, right? And this is why with my class grid, I have those on extremely different things, because I know people like tiers, and they know that this is already specific. It's already about mechanical skill. But it's about mechanical skill. but mechanical skill when and where, right? Because there might be some classes here. Like I would say that arc training is pretty low as well, but arc bossing might be a little bit higher for some bosses, and for other bosses might be pretty brain dead too. There's a general line for sure, but this is why I split things up. I would say DA for mobbing is low, probably a 2, maybe a 3, like here. For bossing, for most bosses, it's probably about here. If I'm looking at the other classes you have, for most bosses, it's probably like here 4 or something. But there are higher level bosses where every single thing can kill you. If you're trying to stay in frenzy, you're trying to stay in RFS with extra final damage. It might go closer to like a 5 to 6, because it's mostly then positioning and repositioning to keep doing damage. But it's like, where do you have Buck, right? Yeah, because Buck doesn't lower HP, but it's like you're like kind of like a Buck, but every attack could kill you, or even more things. Yeah, so it would depend on some factors, I would say. POV, you just started your fresh progression series. Are those all of the epic adventures from all of the classes? Is this what it looks like when someone just like injects all of the fucking skills into their character? Colin, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, man. To Codenux A, what's up, Sam? Kappa, Sam is disappointed. He's in here and there's no gachi playing. So apparently Matt confronted Duky in August. How old is Duky's account? I have no clue, man. I'm going to be real. I'm always going to be like surface level connected to the people in this, unless like people reach out and we have like long-standing connections and like deep Discord conversations and stuff off stream and everything. Otherwise, everything is going to be like base level knowledge for me. I don't know like who plays what class or how long they've been playing or who they're connected to. I think Matt has way more of an insight on like who are the big wigs and like the communities, and who are the people who are like who have dodgy connections, and who knows who and what guilds and alliances and everything like that. I don't have nearly that. I never really had the desire to get connected like that. That's why Beck and Barra, even though I was really fucking strong, I was never part of any big boss battles, because that was always like nepotism and like friends, getting friends in and all that kind of stuff. You can file a lawsuit for any reason you want. That's true. But it's also a lot of money, and if you're not going to lose, most lawyers are going to tell you like you don't have a case here, you know. I've been playing since the beta of GMS for a good period. I only played with hacks after a less count of my progress over the years. I started over from scratch, having a healthier relationship with the game, without going crazy with wanting to have one fast progress. Play when you feel like it. Yeah, exactly. I've talked about this before. Like I hacked as well back in like, Jesus Christ, 18 years ago, 17 years ago. Again, because I made so much progress, and then I was so strong, and there was like nothing to do anymore, and I wanted to get stronger, and I wanted to keep going, and I wanted to maintain that pace, and there was just no legitimate way of doing that, because the XP was just garbage back then. And then like I hacked for I think 2 days, and then I lost all my progress. Like everything got yoinked off my account, because probably like a logger or something in the stuff. I never ended up getting banned for it, but I lost all my shit. And then I started all over, on the same account, switched all my login info and stuff. I only had 2 days of hacking progress, so it wasn't even like worth mentioning. And then I played again for I think about 3 months. I had built up everything again, and then lost all my stuff again. So someone was apparently able to get into my account again. So I got like double whammy for it. And then I just started a completely new account and started from scratch again. But I was like really addicted when I was that age, playing all day, every day, not paying any attention to college, putting the goals before, the reason why to do it. Like I understand all of that. I'm not trying to be like superior, whatever the fuck. Like I totally understand. I was at that level too. But at a certain point, like especially when I came back and I was like, I want to start streaming. I was like, what am I gonna do as a streamer, as a content creator? Like what kind of person do I want to be? What is like the most easy thing for me. Like, how am I now? Is that something I want to project, and is that something I want to tell the people about? And it would be like, yeah, well, like right now I want to see Maple as just like the thing that's running in the background, and I want to help people out. Is that manageable? Time will tell, and it has been. But yeah, I have a way like healthier engagement with the game itself. If I'm addicted to anything or I have a problem with anything, it's like streaming and the amount of hours I'm doing that, and how am I dealing with content creation and balancing my personal life. That's more of a thing that I need to work on. But Maple itself is like no factor in that anymore. But you know, you're always gonna have some things that you're gonna have to try to balance and everything. Pretty sure that's a bossing list. Okay. For bossing, we're yeah, I would say it depends on the boss fight, but probably mid to low, I would say, for a DA. Not too bad. I'm generally interested in playing Shower. No, Shower's good, but is higher up on the inputs for sure, I would say. What are some good classes to play on EU ping and NA reboot? Currently maining Mercedes, but comboing is sometimes annoying. You can lower your ping a lot using exit lag. Exclamation mark exit lag in a chat. Technically VPN, but does not do VPN things. Actually does the opposite of what a VPN does. So it should actually be recommended by Nexon, but it won't, because you know it's technically a third party, so they don't want they don't want to get their hands dirty. But yeah, that's you could try that for NA people. For EU people, for a lot of them, it actually cut their ping in half, so that could help. Low ping classes that could work well is like probably like 90% of the classes, right? But good at what, you know? Good at, there's always a question. Do you rank Corsair? So hard to use. Ah, there we go. Second, sent a video talking about a hacker that has skill injection. I see. Okay. Yeah, again, like I didn't know skill injection was a thing. I didn't know that existed. It's not like I'm trying to stay blissfully ignorant. I just don't know about these things. I don't know. I just don't care to look into them that much. If I knew how to do math, he'd be the ultimate streamer. Wait, what's wrong with Matt's maths? You don't know a social security number? What the fuck? Not a true friend? I know, right? Yeah. I tried to hack like 12 years ago when you couldn't be pay to win. I couldn't even get the hack to work. Then someone hacked the account and I lost. Those are the worst. You got like, yeah, I feel that. Like I got like no benefit out of it. I got like 2 days of progress and then like a year or two of progress lost, and then another 3 to 4 months of making that all back. Because I remember when I started back, a friend of mine gave me 3 steelies, and that's all I had, 3 steelies. I sold the 3 steelies, and within I think within 3 days or 4 days, I gave them their steelies back and had enough money to keep to keep moving forward and to make all my money back. And you know, back in that day, whatever. But I made 11 bill back in 3 months, which this is in 2008 or 2009, somewhere 2008 2009. Back then, I mean, I knew how the market worked. I knew how to make money. Like I could do that. It was, yeah. I mean, you're not really thinking. You kind of just pushed into one corner, and then you just, kind of lose track. Maybe a class action against Nexon for gambling would have merit. I do not understand for the life of me why non-reboot players are not super upset. We don't know 100% how drop rate works, what it works on. We don't know exactly what the rates are of getting it in GMS. That's not public. And then we still have cubes that cost... We don't know exactly the T-rep rate either. And then we have cubes that cost real money that hopefully get you that thing, that hopefully affects the thing that you're trying to get in a certain way, and that's accessible to minors. There's like 3 layers of probably legally not okay there for a non-reboot player. Yeah. It's even more fun after yesterday. What is this?
This is just bullshit, bro. Like, this is just bullshit. Like, I literally didn't do anything. Like, nothing changed. Literally nothing changed. Nothing has changed. The only thing that changed is this OBS plugin that I installed that allows me to show my inputs That's the only thing that's changed. I don't know if this is like TOS now or something. Like, I don't know. And even if it was, they're really gonna permanently ban me forever for this. Like, really? Like, just gone? You know what I mean? This is.
Dude, it's a good thing I don't have an OBS plugin. You see, I have like a 3 APM or something. We don't need to arm those people telling me I have no skills. Okay, I can already know that. Zach was going wild on his chat. It was great. You're always going to have like action, counter action, you know. Scardor sipping on some Duky tears. Yeah, if you think that, then I guess you're not getting the right. I think I'm giving it about as much love and affect and attention as I think you would need to give it. As I think that Duky inherently kind of gives it as well. I'm not going to go harder than I think than he cares, but I'm also not going to completely push foot around because I don't think he like inherently on like an extreme level is like completely devastated by this either. I think as long as we're like on the same level of taking digs and caring, then it should be totally fine. Now, if someone goes like super duper hard when someone actually really hard cares, that's kind of toxic. And also if somebody doesn't care at all, and then you're trying to push foot around and say like, oh no, that's the worst thing in the world, then you're kind of just unnecessary as well. Turning Excel, my boss mules can do 1K culvert. Yo, boss mules 1K culvert, that's pretty good. No hands door, true. It's a good thing the hand stat is gone from the stat window, because otherwise, yeah, it'd be exposed instantly. Because you were drinking the moment you were watching the video, generally, of course. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Because the water, yeah. It would be salty, no? Tears wouldn't tears be salty? He's returning to Maple, new sub goal, and make mad bank. Oh yeah, yeah. To GoFundMe, dude. Start in non-reboot and do a GoFundMe, and then give all of his money back to Nexon who just banned him. Based. Is it okay to DM you on Discord? Yeah, sure thing. I get DMs there all the time, and if I don't like the DM, I'll either not reply and ghost shit out of you, or just you know, like report you and unfriend you. But I very rarely have to do that. The only people I have to do that is those goddamn freelance, quote unquote, I'm actually an early 20s girl and definitely a graphic artist and not some guy trying to do the new drop shipping thing where I try to find artists on Fiverr to make shit for you and charge you $25. Teehee, do you need any login screens or emotes made for your channel? Like, you guys know who I'm talking. Like, everyone in my Discord has like sent me a message like, "Oh, this person is like, fucking get him out of here, ban those people." God damn. Hey, if your art is so bad that you have to like cold approach people in Discords who don't ask for that stuff at all, who don't even make content, then you just draw more, get better, okay, and don't quit your day job. Bro, if people come to your stream asking about Exilike roots, tell them to try Ashburn. Yeah, I do Ashburn. Yeah, I was thinking of Exilike of having a little bit more information, of having just like a picture at least of like the settings, because I realized that just saying get Exilike, there's still a whole bunch of stuff that you can do there. But yeah, I set mine to Ashburn as well, and I turn off the option of like pick your own countries servers first, because I've had a few people who had that on and then their ping stayed exactly the same and Exilike didn't do anything for them. But yeah, with Ashburn, it about cuts my ping in half. So I would usually be like high 100s, like very close, or like low 200s. And now I'm more like high, or like high 90s into low hundreds. So yeah, similar result to you. Maybe a little bit, not as good, but like a little bit lower than your ping at the end. Wasabi just singed my cilia and flagella. Is that a Pokemon reference? Miss Carter, do you know why today's minor maintenance is this long? I think it has something to do with that one line in the exclamation mark maintenance. I think it has something to do with it makes sense where his direction wasn't what you described. I mean, if you know you're bringing to US, you always kind of expect the hammer to drop. Yeah, it's a matter of when, not if, right? Bun Cake Roll, thank you for the 6 month. Congrats on that gold badge, my dude. And Halfins, thank you for the prime. Welcome to all the new Scardor. Congrats on your chromosomes badge. Beautiful. It's beautiful emotes. Thank you for supporting the channel. I think it has something to do with this one line here where it says updates to back-end data structure. This is, 1, 2, technically 3, 4, 5 words, but this is probably 7 of the 9 hours right here. If I had to guess. Or maybe actually this is the 6 hours just to get people to not get the illegal program detection anymore because it's non-KMS content. No, I'm assuming that this is, I don't know, a bunch. You guys all go to school for computer science. You guys all work in fucking IT and coding and shit. This is probably the thing, right? Yeah. Fuck this guy's a scam artist. Yeah. Hacker IRL. True. I'm an artist, but in no way I'm doing that kind of shit. It's so bad. It would be so bad if you do that. Is Ashburn actually better than LA? Honestly, I could try LA as well, but I've tried because the servers aren't in LA anymore, right? The servers used to be in the Nexon HQ in the basement. I actually walked in that basement. It was pretty cool to be there. But the servers are part of not AOL, part of AWS, and they're more central in the US, I believe. So that's why the Ashburn server probably has the more close connection, better lower ping, better connection to it. I have an exit lag and let it auto choose server. I think I did that as well, and I think that's where I ended up. I think on the Ashburn server is where I ended up. Can you maybe explain how to choose the best server for lowest ping? Yeah, we can look at that for a little bit. Used to the high ping. I was used to the high ping for a while as well. This comes down to the baseline. There's just a few things that are just annoying on higher ping, and not having to deal with them. If you're okay with spending the money for exit lag, with the discount code, of course, then it should be fine. Do you need any help cleaning your windows? I'm struggling. Oh, dude, the window cleaning videos on TikTok. Oh, God. Sheriff's ping reliant? A bit, because you're weaving in attacks. Who are the ping reliant classes again? That's also something to probably recheck. Hello, this is Duky's third account. Flight Rising. Wait, he's not banned on Twitch. Why would you have a new account here? Minor maintenance updating SQL database. Yeah, bro. When I saw this, I was like, what the fridge magnet, dude? Actual basement closet PCs. Dude, there were so many spaces, like so many workplaces at Nexon HQ. It's kind of insane. Like they could be developing 5 games there at the same time. Changing data structures would be a long process and could potentially increase problems can pop up during the process. Yeah, exactly. I think there's a lot of QA that has to be done for that. Ashburn, Virginia. Oh, Virginia. I got it. Ashburn is where Amazon is building all their data centers. The locals really hate it for some reason. I guess data centers take up space but don't necessarily provide as much employment as like a fulfillment center would, I guess. Or it's like very specific labor that's needed rather than something that anyone can work at, right? If the ping reliant, I guess exit lag is needed. I would never say anything is needed, but you can always try exit lag for 3 days for free and see and play around with the servers a little bit and see what works for you. And if it does work, you can consider like if you make the account through my link, then any purchases you do will be linked through my account, so I get a little bit kickback. Not that your price changes in any way, but there's like a big sale on doing like a 1 year. It's like 46% off or something. But if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and then you just don't get it. It's like cut your ping in half. Yeah, same for me. It went from like 190-ish to like 95-ish. Yeah, so like about half. There's probably a bottom though. I think if you're at 100, you're not going to go down to 50. There's like a floor there. But the way that it works is that, from what I heard, is that people in EU who are using it actually have better ping than people who are in the East Coast of the US, which is it's actually kind of sad that you need a third-party program to do that, to make it so that your better connected with someone, then like why is the priority server connection that you're using not already that good, you know? Because you're trying to have a better ping to play with people so that your game desyncs less, so you have a better gaming experience for everyone, right? Like, how many times have you called that's the one thing, though. Like, how many times have you called Sickles and Lucid, and then there's just no Sickles, so he's actually just flying around because of desync? That happens way less since I started using Exolag. Holy shit. That used to be, like, 10 times per run. Given that the runs used to be longer, because everyone's gotten a lot stronger. But, yeah. Okay. We're not talking about this topic? Cool. End of YouTube video. Yo, let me know, give me comments for the algorithm, okay? I'm going to read all of your comments, 100%. Tell me how you feel about this, you know, in your hardest of hearts. No, but on the real, though. For real. No cap. No doubt on a stack, or I don't even know. What did Valkyrie say again? No doubt, for real. No God on cap, you know, all of that. Did anything that I say like resonate with anything or click, or did you take a step back and come to any realizations? It'd be cool to know if anything really meant anything to anyone, or if it just felt like a bunch of old man grandstanding that you couldn't do anything with. That's possible too. But yeah, either way, thanks for watching the YouTube video, and also hopefully you were able to wave at yourself in the chat over there, and if not, maybe next time. Okay, peace. Cool. Now that we're back with the cool people in the Twitch chat who are here actively